Shalom.
Hey, Shalom. Hey, Shalom. I got the brother Dr. Mark from the Two Witnesses out there in Massachusetts. I'm the brother Mark Gabar out here in Phoenix, Arizona. And this is gonna be a start of a new beginning. The brothers, they do the Monday Night Raw on Monday, so we're gonna do the Tuesday night takeovers. And I know the brother got the song, so you can go ahead and play it. Play it for them brothers, because I know their brother Bayat, he wants to hear it. But pretty much what we do, we do this work. We try to follow after the ways of the Lord as best as possible, and we try to walk in the steps of Yahushua, because the scriptures say there's only one way and there's only one path to the kingdom, which is the Lord. And so, in order for you to make it in these times, you have to walk in the footsteps of the Lord. So, when you read the stories of Yahushua, Matthew, Luke, John, even the stories of the apostles in the book of Acts, the apostles walked in a certain way. This is why they were hated by their own people. So, as we're in some very heavy times right now. We got the judgments going out there. I was reading about uh what's that guy's name? The gopher, the guy that ghosts. You know what I'm talking about?
No, Salakia.
Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. I was reading
Okay.
about him, and he's facing judgment right now. So we see the spirit of the Lord. The spirit of the Lord is actually against this place and the majority of these people. So what? So we have to be against this place. The spirit that you have to be in is the spirit of war. You see, because when the Lord comes back, He's gonna come. He's gonna destroy. He's gonna kill. He's gonna murder a lot of people on this earth. So we want to be on the right hand side. So in order for you to be on the right hand side of the Lord, you have to be that battle axe. You have to be that weapon of war. You have to be that fire that breaks the rock into pieces. As the Lord said, He is consuming fire. You see, and so that's what we're striving to be. Because we see in these times not a lot of guys are on the path of the Lord. Many more guys are living on the path of the flesh, which means that wanting to be seen of this world and the proud of life, as we always go into in all our videos, it has consumed guys, so they can't really bring out this word, because the Lord he deals with quality over quantity. So it's not just about preaching this word, but how are you bringing it out. That's what the Lord is truly looking at.
Cool.
So that's the way that we're truly trying to walk in. Go ahead, you got it.
Yeah. Salakia, my computer is like super slow, but I got the theme song here. But let's start out giving all fear and honors and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Shalom to the apostles, the elders, house of David, great millstone, and the elect, 144,000, and the believers, men, women, and children, take heed and believe the dead in Yahushai shall rise first. Let's see if my computer behaves in place, but
hey, the brothers need to hear that. Hey, this is a new beginning. And I'm gonna say this, we truly love to do this. As I say in the beginning, we watch the brothers on Mondays, the brother Baya and the brother Harmon, they always go in. And I got this brother right here, Abdullah brother. The brother's diligent in the word. He's sincere. That's the most important thing you can have in these days, being sincere. Because that takes you a long way. See, that's why the Lord said that the ways of the Lord, the heavier parts of the Lord, are what? Mercy, righteousness, and faith. That's the three things that takes you a long way in this truth. And like I was saying in the beginning, we're in a time of war right now. So you have to be that battle axe that actually breaks the rock in pieces. You have to be on the Lord's side, which the Lord, His face is against this world. The Lord is not coming back to bring peace to this world. He's not coming back to deliver a lot of people of this world. See, that's where guys get mixed up, because they take this truth and they use it in unrighteousness. They're not using it in the proper form that it needs to be used. But go ahead, you got it.
Con, let me get this precept first. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. See, so a lot of people in this world, they trust the things that they see, the things that they have carnal proofs, right? That's what they have their faith on, but they don't have faith on things that are not seen, and that's why the Lord is going to give the elect a sure reward for working and standing up for those things that are spiritual and not seen with the carnal eye.
Right. Right. And beautiful point, Doc. If I may just add, see, by faith, the prophets moved in a way that they moved. That's why they did all the good works. That's why even in the face of death, they still with the Lord. You see, when you read about the seven sons and the mother, they were faced with deaths. And just like the time we're living in right now, they're trying to introduce the microchip. They're trying to introduce the vaccines. I know where they in probably in Massachusetts, they're probably pushing it out at an all-time high. They're talking about it here in Arizona. So so as we read about the prophets, we take that in consideration in ourselves when we're actually moving in that step. Because the prophets they actually had a huge amount of faith. So with that faith that they had, they were able to move in that straight and narrow path. They were able to keep their integrity. You know, go ahead, bro. You got it.
Right. Let me the theme song right here. Right here.
This just in. DJ
So
Khaled is on the mic.
this is the theme song right here.
You got it up.
So, yeah, we're taking over. You see, and we're putting in the work, and through the Spirit, we're supplying the sheep with this light and this bread, this knowledge, understanding.
That's right, that's right. Let me grab this for you right here. This is John chapter 3. And what we're gonna do, we're just pretty much gonna go through the basics, the things that you need to endure in this truth. It's all about the basics, man. The Lord talked about what he told Peter Simon, you're that rock, and I'm gonna build my house upon its foundation. So it's all about when you build your house on a foundation, you're not gonna start at the roof. You're gonna start at the bottom. So that when hurricanes or natural disasters come, the foundation of the house is gonna stand. You know what I'm saying? So let
Right.
me grab this for you real quick. This is John chapter 3. And let me see here. Hold on. Right, so this is John chapter 3 and verse 5. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 3. It says, Yahweh answered and said unto him, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born again, he cannot see the kingdom of the Most High. Nicodemus said unto him, How can a man be born when he is old? Can he enter the second time into his mother's womb and be born? Yahweh answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Lord. So with that, Yahweh was establishing the foundation of the truth with Nicodemus. Nicodemus, he was a master of Israel, but even he himself, he didn't even know the spiritual side of what Yahweh was talking about. See, that's the thing about this too. You have to be born again. We have many enemies in these last days. As we're fighting the flesh, we're fighting Esau, we're fighting niggas in the world, we're fighting all these rudiments. But being in the spirit, walking in the spirit, that's what's going to keep you in this time. That's why the Lord said, you have to be born again. That's the first principles of this truth. Go ahead.
If I may say, see these Christians, right? These false Christians, because they're not the real Christians. We're the real Christians, because these Christians that are prophesying in temples made with hands, right? With the
Right.
contract with Esau, right? They only prophesy the sweet things. They only see in a carnal way, because how can you think that only being baptized, being reborn again just by water and leaving the spirit, like, meaning that you have to completely change the way you live,
Right.
not just pretend in the eyes of men, but actually
Right.
be the example and show Yahweh Bashim Ashai that you truly are a new creature.
Right, right. That's right. Con, no, con, that's right, and like you said, that was the problem with the scribe and Pharisees. See,
Mm-hmm.
with the scribe and Pharisees, they made everything on the outside look good. Like you said, you can't just be an actor. You have to actually make that example. When you look at a leader, right? A leader's not gonna be in the back, telling everybody to go forward. He's gonna be in the front, actually moving this thing forward.
Right.
But with them scribe and Pharisees, what they were doing is they would put on rough garments to deceive the people. They will sit on the highest seats. But the thing about these guys, they didn't have Yahweh with them. So when Yahweh came, Yahweh didn't come on a higher horse. Our people only had a government already established. But Yahweh, he came and he took that lower route. And by him being in that spirit, he was able to keep the spirit on him. But with him being in that spirit, he was able to show the people the hypocrisies of the scribes and Pharisees. See, this is why the Lord said, you can't take the highest seat, you got to take the low. These are the basic things of this truth that keeps you enduring in this truth. Because, okay, so you receive the truth, you're an Israelite, you're doing the videos, but how do you keep the spirit on you? The scriptures talk about Babylon the Great. It's like a succubus, man. It want to suck your ass in. We walk in the battlements of the field. So how do you stay in the spirit by doing these things that the Lord said and to avoid the things that the scribes and Pharisees did? See, that's
Yeah,
why.
but
No, you got it, brother.
scribes.
You got it.
Yeah, I wanted. You said scribes and Pharisees, right? See, what was the spirit of the scribes and Pharisees? They didn't really have faith. They just had the
Right.
scriptures, right? And they only followed the scriptures. Why? Because they didn't want to die. They know that if they, for example, committed adultery and got caught, the people were gonna stone them and kill them because that's the law. But
Right.
they didn't really fear the Lord because the Lord can see everything. You can't hide things from the Lord. You can hide things from men. You can commit sin and your brother might not know, or the people might not know, but Yahweh Hashem Shai knows everything. So these Pharisees, they only have the spirit of hiding themselves from sin, but you can't hide yourself from sin. You can only really cleanse yourself from sin. You gotta put aside that old man. So there's a precept here.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hebrews 11 and verse. Let me see. Hebrews 11 verse 6. But
Hey,
without
Shalom
faith,
to all you slack here, brother. Shalom to all the brothers on the comment board.
Shalom. Hebrews 11 verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to power must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him.
That's right.
So
That's
you gotta
right. So
diligently seek the Lord. Go ahead.
that's right. So with the faith, when you have faith, you're not gonna give a damn about what men think. See, we're in a time now where the Lord said, "1 man out of 1,000," which means that only a few particular brothers are actually gonna have the spirit of the Lord. See, that's the thing about these times that we're trying to warn brothers about. Now, we're not trying to get the whole world, fuck the world and what it has to offer, but we're trying to get, since brothers that can. Did it go off?
No, you're good.
All right. So we're trying to get brothers to actually see how the Lord walked, because this is the thing about this truth. It's not just about doing videos, but what spirit are you in doing the videos? That's what the Lord is looking at. So let me back you up with this precept real quick. Romans chapter 2 and verse 29. It says, "But he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit and not in the letter, whose praise is not but of the Most High."
Con.
You see that? Go ahead, brother.
Salaki, repeat that. I want to hear that again.
Con. Romans 2 and verse 29, it says, "But he is a Jew which is one inwardly, and circumcision is that of the heart, in the spirit, and not in the letter, whose praise is not of men, but of the Most High."
Right. So circumcision is of the heart. Meaning your mind, not
Right.
your carnal flesh. You feel me? Like your actual mind, like cutting away all that vain thinking of this world. You know, cutting away your own understanding, the understanding that you grew up thinking that the name of Yahushua is a so-called Jesus, a so-called white man. You know, thinking that the oppressor is your friend. You know, all these things. You know, you gotta be circumcised and cut those things off because
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, Khan, and I did a video a while back going into the curses. The thing about our people is the Lord saying in Deuteronomy chapter 28 that the curse is going to overtake us. You know, that's why guys have that evil eye. You know, that's why guys, they haven't put up the carnal man. They're still in the flesh trying to teach this truth. That's where the division comes because you have men in the spirit, but they're not in the limelight. And you got guys in the flesh and they're teaching this word. And the mindset of everybody else is in the flesh. So what the curse is, the curse is going to, you shall hate your brother, you shall hate one another. So how do you combat that? Because we're in the flesh. You know, we do things of the flesh. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we fall short. How do you combat that? You have to you have to stay in the spirit. And what are the ways of the spirit? Staying low, you know, having that. You're gonna know who to follow. I think it might be my phone. So lucky, brother.
Yeah, I hear you now. Yeah, you're good now. You were saying, Hawk?
Yeah, so with you having that discernment, you're gonna know who to follow and who not to follow. Because you know the scriptures compare our people to sheep. When you look at a characteristic of a sheep, it just follows blindly. When you kill a sheep, it doesn't even make any noise. Only the goats make noise. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the Lord said, "Let no man take your crown." So by you having that discernment, you're gonna know who to follow and who not to. Because we don't just follow man, just say we're following a man, we're following the spirit of the Yahweh Shai and a man. You see? So if the man is good with Yahweh Shai, then we can actually follow that man. We know that he's a perfect example of how the Lord actually came. So having that discernment is very important in these days as well, man. That's why you brothers have to see this thing ain't about just going to guys just because they have a lot of subscribers. Fuck the subscribers and the channels. Look at a guy's spirit and see how he's truly coming. You see, as I said in the title, we're in a time of war. So in a time of war, we're not talking about the smooth shit. So if you see guys in these days talking about the woman, they're constantly going to the woman, they're going to things that's gonna get you in the flesh. So what happens when you think about woman? You think about sex or how you gonna hit that up. You're not thinking about the spiritual side of the truth. So that's where discernment actually comes in. Let me grab this precept for you, Walk, real quick. Let me just grab this real quick. Let me see here.
Brothers got probably bad connection. All right, let me wait until he comes back. But till then, let me bring out Hebrews 11 and verse 12. Oh, he's back.
It's lucky, brother. It's lucky.
All right, I see you. Yeah,
this is
bring out the precept.
okay, Khan. So this is Matthew chapter 23 and verse 23. It says, "Woe unto you, scribe and Pharisees." So the Lord is constantly saying, "Woe." That's pretty much the main thing of Yahweh Shai. See, the Lord, what He did was He healed, then He condemned, because in the process of Him healing the people, you know, cleansing the eyes of the blind, you had them damn scribe and Pharisees coming and tempting the Lord. So it says, "For you pay tithes of mints and anise and cummins, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith." So the Lord is giving you a heads up what these guys are going to have. See, they will be sitting in the high seats, but the things that the Lord looked at that will bring you salvation, they didn't have, but they have everything on the outside. So with them having that influence and you listen to them, they're going to get you in the flesh. Thus, you being turned into a child of hell, just like them. But go ahead, brother. You got it.
Con. Yeah, let me get this precept. Hebrews 11. This is the last verse for Hebrews 11 and 12. Therefore, a spring there even of one, and him as a good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the sea shore innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. So, see, the Lord said that we're gonna see amazing things, basically, and things that the prophets, prophets of the old days, wish they see. And right now we're seeing this kingdom fall apart. We see Babylon crumbling down. Those are things that the Lord prophesied, right, since the beginning. And we're actually seeing it happening. So that just shows that we have to go harder, and we have to be rejoicing at the same time.
That's right. Right, and if I may add, you made a good point, because when you go into Hebrews 11, the Lord constantly talked about faith, and it reminds me of Vocab Malone coming down here to Phoenix, Arizona. He was talking about, prove to me our reincarnation, all this crap, but all we told the brother was, it's all about faith. When you read all the stories about our ancestors, they moved by faith. That's why you had Daniel's in the lion's den. He said, I'd rather, Daniel, he didn't, Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they didn't worship the idol of Nebuchadnezzar. They'd rather be thrown in the fire. Why? Because of that faith. So with knowing the scriptures, beautiful point, the brother he could read my mind. 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 2, it says, and though I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains and have no charity, I am nothing. That's right. So if you don't have that true charity, like the Lord said, the scriptures, what are the two things of the law? Loving the Lord all your heart and loving your brother. So those are the two things that consist of you being whole in the Heavenly Father. That's what the Lord is truly looking at. So if you don't have these things, but yet you know all these prophecy, it's not going to benefit you. Because I see what I'm seeing now is guys know the prophecy, they know about Esau, but then it's like, is your heart right in the Lord? Is your heart right? That's the most important thing. Is your heart all the way in for the Lord? Do you have a respect to persons? Are you doing this thing for clout? Do you actually love your brother right next to you? These are the things that the Lord looks at.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, I have Proverbs 14 and verse 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge. So we're coming in days where we're not going to be wasting our time with 2/3 of our people. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to repent. They just want to debate the word of the Most High. They want to debate the message. They want to kill the messenger. And we're just doing the labor of Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and at the same time we're trying to build up our house, build up the house of David, for our protection of our people. But they don't want to do that. They are the foolish men that instead of wanting to build up for your people, they want to pluck it, right, and stay oppressed.
Con.
Right,
and that's
those men, they're gonna receive a hard judgment, man, and it's gonna be too late to repent, because they're gonna want to repent when the Lord comes back and shows the true power that He has in the true judgment that He's going to establish here on earth. Go ahead, bro.
Con, and that's right. That's why the Lord says, seek those that be of the same mind as you. And that's right. Pretty much we're at a point now where it's not even we can't reason with unreasonable men. It's just woe to guys. It's just woe. Just the Lord, when He came and He tried to get the scribe and Pharisee, He really didn't even try to get them to see. He just said, "Woe unto you guys," because they were sitting in those seats, but they didn't have the love for the sheep. So at this point now, what we're doing is we're the few men that are out there, like when you watch the movie The Matrix and you had Morpheus and Neo. That's literally what we're trying to pull out. We're trying to pull brothers and try to get them to the way of the Lord. Not trying to get them to us and try to look at us as anything, but try to get them to the way of the Lord. Because with you having these things, like the brother said, 2 Corinthians, 1 Corinthians actually, when you having these things in the spirit, then you're gonna know that the Lord is with you. You're not gonna be in a doubting mind. You're gonna have that confidence that if Esau were to present you with a chip or anything of that a BS, you're not gonna take it because the Lord is gonna be with you in that time. But go ahead.
Right. And if you jump down to verse 14, right? Because see, we like to watch movies, right? So in the movies, you see always the enemy or the wicked, right? Always plotting how to destroy the righteous. You know,
Right.
they always hate the righteous, but the righteous, he's not plotting anything against the wicked, really. He's just living his life, and doing good. You see that? So it's same thing in real life, in this truth, we're not like, yes, we hate Esau, but we know that the Lord is coming back and he's going to pay what Esau did to us, times 10. So basically, what we gotta be focused on is on our duty as Israelites, following the commandments, get right, sharpen ourselves and our brothers,
Right.
and know that Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of, right? And gird yourself, gird your mind, prepare for what's to come, and collect the oil, basically the scriptures and this knowledge, right? Which is priceless. And let Esau be the devil, because that's what's gonna speed up times. See, the Esau is really just working for Yahweh Bashim Yashai left hand. You see, we're on Yahweh Bashim Yashai's right hand. So everything is in the plan of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. Everything is in his control. So,
Right.
At the end of the day, whoever's caught up in the middle is going to receive a big judgment. And because if you're in the middle, you're basically on the left side, because you didn't consider this word. But go ahead, bro.
Con. Let me get this precept for you real quick. Because you said a beautiful point. This whole thing ain't about just trying to. It's not about Esau. When you go into the Judith chapter 5, it says, if this nation goes off, then the other nations have rulership over our people. So what we see is guys are pushing the fear of Esau more than the fear of the Most High. You said a good point. You said at the end of the day, Esau is going to be destroyed. Now, with Esau bringing these things down the pipe, right? How are you gonna be sane? It's all about having the same mind. How are you gonna maneuver in these times? By having the fear of the Lord. Now, how do you grow your fear of the Lord? How do you grow that? By what? By staying low, by walking in the ways of Yahweh Shai. You see, because Yahweh Shai didn't come to exalt himself. That's why, the Lord gives us certain thorns in the flesh. I'm gonna say that too, because I'm gonna tell you this. I was walking back from work today, and then this dude literally pulled up to me. I was walking. It was on the freeway. It was on the freeway. I was walking back because it's like an hour away from my tent. So I was walking back, right? This dude in the minivan, he literally, I knew it was Satan. I knew it was Satan. He literally pulled up to me and he said, "You want to ride?" Well, this dude was asking all sketchy. So I'm not gonna jump in there with you just to get kidnapped and shit.
The fuck?
So with all these things happening, I know that the Lord is throwing thorns. A lot of things are happening. Why? To build us up, to keep us in the spirit. The reason why a lot of guys are all fucked up right now is because they took this truth and then they didn't teach it sincerely. They wanted something. They wanted to trade the spirit for some clout of this world. And then now we're in the last day to see how serious it is. Now they're all bugging the fuck out. Go ahead, brother. You got it.
Yeah, man. We live in some evil time, and if you don't consider this word, you're gonna be thinking that this times is actually a normal times when it's really, really dark. You see, so you're gonna be easily falling in snares. You see that right there, that was the snare, that was a trap. But having having wisdom and having the angels around you, right?
That's right.
the angels talk to us. You know, like it's because but you gotta feel it. You gotta really feel your spirit, because it's not like a carnal talk with like you literally hear with your ears, but you gotta hear with your mind. You know, you gotta hear with the spirit, and see what happened to you, brother, is like it happens to a lot of men in this truth, right? We have the discerning. You know, we can discern certain things. We can feel vibrations of spirits.
Exactly. There you go. There you
So
go.
that's a power. You know, that's a power itself. Because a lot of people, they don't have that gift. They don't have that ability to know if a person is really coming in a sincere spirit.
Right. Hey, let me grab this for you, Walk, real quick. This is 1 John 4 and verse 1. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets have gone out into the world." So now, when you go into that, let's say that I was just high up pride. I thought I was a shit. Let's say I didn't have the spirit of discernment. I just hopped in that vent. I wouldn't be on this live stream right now with the understanding and the wisdom that we've been getting from the Lord, and by us staying low, the Lord is able to increase that discernment. That's the most important things in this time, discerning who's really for the Lord or who's not. As the Lord said, there are many wicked people among our nation, guys that don't even give a fuck about the Lord's word. They just want to do it for their own self glory. So we understand why guys are the way they are. We're not taken back by that. But yet again, the Lord said we have to prophesy against these guys, and also just to warn the flock. As the Apostle Paul said, he didn't cease to warn day and night of all the wicked that was in the midst. But go ahead, you got it.
Yeah, I got a precept. This is Proverbs 14 and verse 11. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown, but the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. See? Let me see. Okay, verse 12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So a lot of people say, if you don't know this truth and you lean on your own understanding, and you take what happened to his brother, for example, right? A man without this truth will see, this guy's a stranger, but he's giving me he wants to give me a ride, so I'll get to my destination quicker. That's that's good, and you know what I'm saying. But and then it easily fall in that trap, because it like it says, it seemeth right unto a man, but at the end thereof, it's the way of death. It's the way of the death. Same thing as the broad gate. Everybody's equal. Black Lives Matter. They might even offer reparations or whatever. No, we want revenge, man. We want Yahweh Bashim Ashai to come and declare true judgment, establish the kingdom of heaven here. Because we are not equal to these devils. We are more than these devils. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna bring up that word overthrown, right, and flourish, because Esau is gonna be overthrown and we're gonna flourish. So that word for overthrown, right? It is. Let me say it here in the Greek.
Strong's H 8045. Shamad.
It says to destroy, exterminate. See, we're gonna exterminate these devils, man. It's beautiful. It says what else? Yeah, that's. Let me see. To lay waste, right? Which is happening right now. To be destroyed, cut off. So there you have it. The Lord is gonna pluck down this devil and this kingdom, right? And he's gonna bring us up, right? Which he's doing right now through the Spirit and through the understanding. Go ahead, brother.
In order for you to know your enemy, you got to know how your enemy works. You know what I'm saying? You're going to Esau. Well, how does this devil work? He smiles in your face. but then he has a fucking knife behind his back. You know, you'll be walking across an Edomite, and then they'll say, "How you doing?" But deep inside their mind, like, look at this nigga right here. You know, they don't like us. They don't give a damn about us, so we don't give a damn about them. But just to go back real quick, when Yahweh was speaking to the scribes and Pharisees, see, it's all about discernment, having that discernment. You know, that's why the Lord said, try the spirits. When the Lord was speaking to the scribes and Pharisees, he could discern their wickedness. You see, just like us, we're mutants on levels. You got the Omega mutants, you got low level mutants, you got Magneto, you may have Thor, you know, Flash. What's your character arc?
What's that?
What's your character? What's your mutant arc?
Like my favorite character?
Yeah.
I would say Flash. Or
You said Flash?
Superman, obviously.
Come on, bro. But yeah, so what the thing about Superman? What was his superpower?
I mean, he has a superhuman strength, you know. But he had the ability to also disguise himself, right, and be in the world, you know, like use the world, you know, like when he went to Clark Kent mode. So he knew that he had the power to destroy the whole thing, right? But what he had the ability to maintain peace. See?
Right, but what was that one ability that he could see with his eyes?
Oh, ray vision, or
there you go. He could see through walls. So
vision. Right, Khan,
brother, Khan. So what the Lord is doing right now, we don't have to wait for spiritual power for fire to literally come out of our hand. We can see through. We can see through a man's spirit. We can see through guys. So with us, that's why we get so much resistance. We don't fall for the subscribers and all that crap. We can actually see who's actually for the Lord teaching His word. See, that's the most important thing. When you're actually sincere, then all your works count. But if you're not sincere deep down, but you're just doing video just to do it, or you're just going through the highway, but you're a dead body, then none of your works count. You see what I'm saying? Let me grab this real quick. Matthew 22:18. It says, "But Yahweh perceived their wickedness and said, Why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Show me the tribute money." And they brought unto him a penny. Right, because they were trying to tell Yahweh, you know, shall we give money to Caesar or not? And they knew obviously to pay Caesar because they were slaves under Caesar. You know, but Yahweh, the most important thing, he could perceive their wickedness. You see, so that's the power that we have in these times. That's what's going to keep us in these times, because the scriptures say Esau's more wise than the children of light. So what is Esau going to bring? He's going to bring a whole lot of things. We're going to see more marvelous works of the Lord. The Lord gave this devil to do more crazy things. He's going to be able to perform miracles, you know, bring back the dead bring back the dead to life. The devil's going to do all types of crazy shit. And guess what? He's going to deceive the masses amount of people, but he's not going to deceive us. Why is that? Because we're going to have that discernment to be able to see what the hell this devil has in his mind. Go ahead, you got it.
Let me see. Yep. And the Lord is looking at how strong are you in this truth? You know, how much are you putting in it? You know, because if you're just holding a sign, you know, and you're not looking forward to growing, you know, and being a leader, you know, then the Lord is not really dealing with you. Because the thing is, see, this path is a narrow path. This is not a path where you're gonna be able to hold hands with a brother and go together. You know,
right? Every
man has his own fight, so you gotta sharpen your own sword. And see, and that's how love, and that's how you know if a brother really loves you. You know, you look at your brother's sword and see if he's sharpening it, because he has your back.
Exactly, there you go, Hey, when you look at 300, right? You know, the brother Bayah always likes to use it. Well, with every single one of those guys in a formation, if one of them is slipping up, then the whole thing is fucked up. This is why they didn't let that hunchback join the 300 because he was too weak. You know, when you looked at the formation, they were all together. They were tight, so that no arrow could break through. None of them could get hurt. You know, so what would happen if one of them was weak? Then the whole thing would be messed up. See, that's why when we teach this word, we want brothers to come up on a level. You know, as for me, you know, I'm constantly still growing. We never get to a point where you think you're on a level. No, you're constantly growing. When guys think they're on the level, that's when that pride comes in, and then the Holy Spirit leads guys, and then that prideful spirit comes in, just like the spirit of Saul. They can't grow no more. You see what I'm saying? But it's all about constantly growing, constantly going above and beyond than what you did the previous day. You know, growing yourself in the spirit. Those things that cannot be seen but can be seen of the Lord. This is why the Lord said He deals with the things that were hidden. What does the Lord see? He sees the brotherly kindness you have within yourself. He sees the faith. He sees the charity. He sees the mercy. These qualities that the Lord is not. The Lord does see, but man don't see. See what man sees is man sees the garments and the subscribers, but that's all temporal. But go ahead, Doc, you got it.
Yeah, let me bring out Matthew 25 and verse. Let me see. Verse 24, right? Then he which had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is lo, there thou hast that is thine. In verse 26, his Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knowest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which had 10 talents. So, see, the thing is, you can see this as a carnal way, but you gotta have the spiritual eyes to see what the real message is in here. See, so the talent, you know, yes, it can be seen as the money, you know, but also, what's spiritual money? Spiritual money is this bread, this information, this light. You know, the Lord is giving you the talent, you know, to feed the sheep, you know, to push up this holy gospel, which is the good news of our people. And if you're too afraid, for example, if you're too afraid of Esau and you call him E, you know, that also that
bring it out, Doc.
Grow. that fear is gonna grow. Okay, no, I'm only gonna call him E. That's it. No, it might be that small, but something small can grow. You see, so that just like a tear, you know, you might see a tear among the wheat, but that tear multiplies, you know, and so that wheat that weed multiplies and ruins the basically the harvest, you know. So that's why you got to separate these things. So you got to separate confusion from the truth. So the Lord does not want you to have fear, because if you have fear, if you have fear, that means that you already condemned. You know, yes, you have fear of the Lord, but you shouldn't have fear of your enemy. So you're hiding your talent, and that can grow into where you might pull something from the scriptures, and you might not bring out Matthew 23, like brother said, you know, and it might even go bigger than that. You might not even go into the mark of the chip, the mark of the beast. You know, you might start warning the sheep that to don't take the chip. So hey, the Lord can kill you for that, man. So you got to be careful and cleanse yourself from any small matter, because a small matter can grow into a big thing. Go ahead,
Gone. That's why the Lord said, "Don't be ignorant of something, things small or great." Taking out the scriptures calling Esau E, that's a great matter in the eyes of the Lord. But you know, guys don't give a damn. You know, guys don't even care. So we're at a point now, where we just condemning dudes. There's no reasoning with dudes, man. Because dudes want to do what they want to do. Guys want to go through the forest. Guys want to call Esau Eve. Guys want to be lukewarm. Guys want to do all this. We're in a time now where the Lord is separating the righteous from the wicked. This is why the Spirit of the Lord is only available to a few men. This is why we're coming as we're coming, because the Spirit of the Lord is not of the world. You see, guys want to put this truth in a box where they can bring the whole world into it. No, no, no. As the brother said, when Yahweh was in the little ship with the disciples, the whole world wasn't with him. It was just the disciples. It was a small ship, But let me get the scripture, Rock. I want to back you up what you said previously. This is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, wherefore laying aside all malice and all guile and hypocrisies and envies and all evil speakings. So you're supposed to put that off, the flesh. Because the flesh, the things of this flesh is the flesh constantly wants to do wicked stuff. You might be sitting down there, all of a sudden an evil thought comes to you, but what the hell, where did that come from? But that's the flesh. So how do you combat that? You got to be doing things more of the spirit. See, it's a constant battle, between you and yourself. We're going to Esau and all that, but it's really you and yourself. That's the battle that you have to overcome. Well, let me keep on going. It says, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word that you may grow thereby. Right, and that's how you grow. We're all babes in the truth. I'm a babe in this truth. I'm not afraid to admit it. This thing ain't about guys. The thing about this truth is guys want to commercialize it, and it's like if they're in a camp, then it's like I'm over you, because I'm in the camp. Oh man, that ain't the case. You got brothers out here that were putting in the work nobody even cares about, but these brothers are in a higher position in the spiritual, man. That's what the Lord is looking at, because the camp ain't gonna save you, like you said, brother. This path is a straight and narrow path. Every man has to work out his own salvation. The camp ain't gonna save you. You have to be connected with the Lord. But we see a lot of guys, they want to group up and be like hyenas and shit, and they want to come against the lions.
Hey,
to the point where they're making. Go ahead,
But Salaki, but what happened to Job? Just like you said, right? Job was a servant, like he was serving the Lord. He was completely clean. He was, righteous. See, but he was
right.
being tested, and his friends, they all thought he went off. You see,
right.
But in reality, it was just a test. So you can't. We don't live to prove men. Somebody might think that you went off because this happened to you, but it don't matter. The only thing that matters is what Yahweh Bashim Yashai sees in you.
That's right. Come on, bro. Come on, let me get the brother's precept. The brother got Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 5. It says, nevertheless, thou wouldest not that the works of thy wisdom should be idle, and therefore do men commit their lives to a small piece of wood and passing rough sea in a week. Right. What comes with idleness? Idleness is the devil's playground. That's why when you read the stories of Yahweh was constantly in the temple teaching the word. See, the thing about it is, as we get stronger in the spirit, Satan is going to get stronger as well. As you increase in the spirit and you grow in this truth sincerely and naturally, you're gonna get more resistance. You're gonna get more hate. You're gonna get more demons trying to come up against you. That's all the battle. You see what I'm saying? But that's how we combat it, by what? By staying in the word. Matter of fact, go ahead. Let me grab this real quick.
God, let me jump down to let's see. This is Matthew 25 verse 32. Verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, and the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand, come.
But if I may say, now when the Lord separates the sheep from the goats, right? That's gonna be carnal. You know, you're gonna have Esau over there. You're gonna have the elect over here. You might have 2/3 over there. But through the spirit right now, we're really separating the goats from the sheep spiritually. Go ahead,
Right.
bro. That's all I want to say.
Right. And
Go ahead.
they have that saying in the world, you know, goat greatest of all time. Right. That basically is the greatest wicked of all time in this world. Because the only
I think you're
goats,
buffering out.
Salakia, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, come on. So they have that saying in the world, greatest of all time, the goat. You know, and typically it's all that the fame or wickedness. You know, and
Fuck.
it goes with the scriptures. You know, because they're wicked.
Slack brother. Slack it. It's all buffering and shit.
Come on. I'm
Go ahead,
finishing
bro.
up. All right. So
Go ahead,
let
Aki.
me read it again. Matthew 25 verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as the shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats, but the goats on the right, but the goats on the left hand. And verse 34 says, Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand, Come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in. Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me. So that's the Lord telling us that we are taking care of the Father's business. You know, we care for Yahweh Bashim Ashai. You know, we consider what He went through for us. You know, but 2/3 of our people, they just say they care and they know and whatever, but they don't really care. You know, they don't really consider it because they live the way they want to live. You know, they fear more Esau. They feel this our oppressor. They fear this virus more than Yahweh Bashim Ashai. But go ahead, brother.
Hey, Tazamak.
Con.
Tazamak, can you hear me?
Con.
Yeah, I think it might be my phone, cause your screen froze up. I don't know if it's on my end.
It might be on your end
But
because I see.
God, hey, you brothers on the comment board. Let me know if you can see the brother Tazamak. Yeah, hey, you brothers, let us know if you guys can hear us and see us. The phone's kind of like freezing up.
Gone.
But yeah, go ahead, brother. You got it.
Yeah, Esau don't want this word to come out, man, because he knows what's coming up. You know, Esau is going to reap what he sowed. You know, everything he did unto our people, right? He's gonna receive it times 10. You know, and it's a scary thing, man. You know, this devil knows what is coming. You got a precept? Let's see. Let me bring this precept out here. Yeah, man. Esau's playing with the stream. It's all good. It's all good. Bring out James. Let's see. Okay, this is James 5, verse 7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. So the Lord, he's dealing with the elect, you know, in the 1/3. Right? They're elect, they're pushing out this precious fruit, you know, and the fruit of the wicked is already gone out, you know. So we're feeding the sheep because we love Yahweh Bashim Mashai, and we're getting ready to reign, you know, we're getting ready to rule over our oppressors, you know, and Lord willing, we are part of that number. We are part of that elect, the 144,000, you know, elect men of Israel. But we pray that we are part of that number because it's a beautiful thing to be able to take responsibility and be in that level where the Lord rewards you and have and give you power, you know, and finally bring down this devil, you know, and you gotta you gotta earn that title to be an elect. You know, it's not, you can't just sit on your ass and just hope and wish. You know, you gotta pray that the Lord gives you the ability to understand and grow, and in order to be that elect. See, the thing is, we all want to be part of the elect. You see, and Lord willing, we are part of that elect. But you can't just like wish for it and sit on your ass and not do nothing. You know, and you might even, we pray to be an elect also, but it's not just also praying, it's showing the Lord that you really want it, showing the Lord that you are fit for it, showing the Lord that you are able to grow, you know, and pray for the Lord to give you the wisdom and understanding, right? So you can actually complete the requirements of being an elect. You know, go ahead, brother.
Khan, yeah, that's right, Doc. My phone's buffering a little bit, but we're just gonna keep on going. The brother said he can hear us, so that's good.
Yeah, I have. Let me read it again. James 5:7. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it until he receive the early and latter rain. Verse 8. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. So the Lord is telling us to establish our mind, you know, prepare our minds. Because see, a lot of people, when Yahushua comes back, a lot of people are gonna die just by seeing that power. You see, that's why you gotta really gird up yourself and prepare for what's to come. So a lot of people are gonna bug out, man. So because they're too busy playing games, playing PlayStation, you know, focus on the carnal things, focus on the women so much. You know, those are all things that you should put aside most of the time. You see?
Yeah, my phone's acting up. I hear
you. You can deal with
You
those
can hear me?
things, but you gotta put this word first, which is basically putting your life first. You know, but we are probably gonna close out because our brother has technical difficulties. Let's see.
Can you brothers hear me?
Let's see. Kanye, you got any precept, Doc?
Can you hear me out?
Probably I'll get our closing precepts.
Khan, hey, Slocky, brother. Slocky, yeah, but yeah, we pretty much got the point. It's all about building up your inward man in the Lord, man. You know, we went through how are you gonna react when Esau has to bring this thing down the pipe? When the Lord, yeah, how about Shimi said when he brings this thing down the pipe? You know, it's all about fearing the Lord and putting your trust in man, you see, and not fearing what man can do unto you. You see? And so how do you increase that confidence in the Lord? By what? By building up your spirit, by walking in the word, you know, taking the low seat, you know, loving your brother as yourself, loving the Lord all your might, you know, doing this work every single day. But come on, brother, we can end off.
Let me get my
We pretty
closing
much got
precept.
the.
Let me get my closing precept. James 5. Let's see. James 5 and verse 16. It says, confess your faults one to another, right? Which a lot of men don't do. You know, you got to confess yourself so that you can actually receive rebuke. You see, a lot of men, they try to hide from rebuke. You know, it says, and pray one for another, that ye may be healed. The effectual, fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. What is it? Yeah, if let me get that word. What is this word goes into? Let me see. You got anything up?
Yeah, let me grab this. And that's gonna be my closing precept. Like I said, you know, we're gonna do this every Tuesday. You know, and we pray you brothers will edify. And I'm gonna have to find out what the hell is going on with my phone after this. But yeah, brothers, you know, it's always a pleasure to actually do the work with you brothers, man. You know, we're the last of a dying breed, and you know, just staying in His word every single day and just continue to do what we've been doing. The Lord's gonna continue to protect us. You know, but let me just grab this last one. That's gonna be it for me, y'all.
Come on.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 4. It says, "But in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of the Lord, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in."
Salakia. Yeah, Lord willing, we get that fixed. So let me get basically this word right in James 5. The word effectual fervent.
Come on,
Right? So it says the effectual fervent prayer of righteous man availeth much. That word, right? It's right here. Let me see here.
Strong's G 1754. Energeia.
It goes into basically to be operative, be at work, put forth power. You know, to be to display one's activity, show oneself operative. You know, so we're pushing forth power. We're pushing for the work of Yahweh Bashir and Shai, taking care of the Father's business. That's what the Lord was looking for. You know, and if you want, I can bring the precept in case it takes you out again.
Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah, if you can grab 2 Corinthians 6 and verse 3.
Verse 3. Okay.
Yeah, this damn phone, man.
Okay. 2 Corinthians. What chapter?
6 and 3, Yuck. 6 and 3.
Okay. Come on. All right. It reads, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. Verse 4. But in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of power, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses. Verse 5. In stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, in fastings, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness, by the Holy Ghost, by love unfeigned, by the word of truth, by the power of Yahweh Shai, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left, by honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true, as known and yet well known, as dying and behold, we live, as chastened and not killed. You want to break that down? There's a word here I want to get. I want to get this word unfeigned.
If I may say real quick, yeah, that's the point that I wanted to get. So when we go to when we go to our trials and tribulation, the scripture say, yet through being known but yet not known, being called evil, but then yet we're with the Lord. So through all this, by the Lord keeping us low and keeping us humble, that's the only way that we can persevere through these times. Persevere through all, even through all the hate, through all the evil speaking of us, man throwing dirt on our name. Through us having that faith in the Lord, that's what's going to keep us standing in these times. The Lord is with us. The Lord is with you, brothers out there in Massachusetts. The Lord is with us, brothers. When you look at all the works we've been doing, not trying to brag or anything like that, but the Lord kept us this far for a reason, and how were we able to make it this far? Because the Lord constantly thrown thorns in our way. The Lord constantly kept us humble. The Lord constantly kept that edge in us, by bringing opponents. So we can master this sport. We can master the art of spiritually boxing. But that's pretty much all I got.
Yo, it's heavy, man. That preset you brought out, verse 6, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness, by the Holy Ghost, by love unfeigned. You see, and that word unfeigned, it goes into undisguised and sincere. The Lord is looking for sincere love, the true love, right? Not the ones that are disguised. Not the wolves,
Right.
That are they wear sheep clothing, but the true ones that are actually loving Yahweh Bashim Yashai by feeding the sheep and actually seeking Him diligently. So, those are the ones that are taking over, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yashai, and we're going to be able to teach these 2/3, right? Lord willing, if we are part of that elect, which we are, because no man is doing this work, man. Like you said, we don't boast ourselves, but
Just stay humble, that's all.
We don't see men like that in the highways and byways teaching this truth. You see, because the Lord is only choosing a remnant. It's only a very small number that is actually going to be receiving palms and power. You're gonna be saved. But with that, you can close it up.
Con, and it's a high level that we're of that number, but we just stay humble, just stay humble, and the Lord fight for us through all. Everything that we've been going through, the Lord's been fighting for us. That's why, hey, we all gotten stronger throughout these different times. I'm stronger than ever. I can see you're strong, you're a sincere brother, and the brothers that we're with, they've been in this truth for a little longer, so they have that experience. So based off those brothers, we can actually learn, and we learn from the apostles as well. But we're around warriors, man. We're around warriors, and that's what really matters. I'd rather have a few brothers with me than have a bunch of dead bodies and dudes that don't even believe.
Yo,
brothers.
We're, like you said, we're strong, right? But at the same time, the Lord has us in a low place where we don't have that much.
Exactly.
We don't have fame. Why?
Right.
Because we're gonna be brought up. So you can't bring up something that's already up. You can only bring something down that's already up, right? Which is Esau and all these wicked people. They're gonna be brought down, and the lowly is gonna be brought up.
Right.
So with that, I want to give all praise and glory. You want to say something?
To Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Ba'ashem Akakwadash.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai Ba'ashem Akakwadash Barakatam. All praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yashai Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Elect of Israel, stay strong. Don't go back. You gotta keep pushing forward. And Ababa Ball.
There ain't no looking back, Return to a pillar of salt, You don't want to do that, But hey, you better stay strong, brothers. We hope this was edifying. It may have been buffering a little bit, but we got the point across. Hey, Shalom, Akim. Hey, Rakatam and Ababa Ball. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. Come on, brothers.